Well. Look who survived the 13 nights. I am shocked. But honestly, darlings, thank you so much for all the love. It warms my icy heart. Tonight I have a treat for you all the 13 nights of Fright in one video. Before we begin, settle in, like if you wish, and speak in the comments if you feel compelled. And of course, subscribe if you want to stay in the dark with me. And without further ado, my dark darlings, light a candle, grab a coffin snack, and welcome back to 13 Nights of Fright. What if the train you're on never takes you home, but to a station that doesn't even exist? Back in 2004, a woman named Hasumi started posting live updates on Japan's 2chan channel forum. She got on a train late one night, but something was off. Her train didn't stop at her usual station. In fact, it didn't stop at all. After a long time, and to Hasumi's relief, the train finally screeched to a halt at a place called Kisaragi Station. Spoiler alert, it doesn't exist on any map. After stepping off, the train bolted immediately, faster than a guy dodging commitment. Hasumi was left alone. No staff, no passengers, nothing but the endless dark, and the sound of a single eerie bell off ringing in the distance. She even called her parents, but they, like the forum readers, never heard of such a station. Honestly, it sounds like every Tinder date, a cheap place with no exit strategy. She kept on wondering. A stranger offered to drive her home. She got into his car, and that was the last anyone ever heard from her. So mind your station signs, my lovely. How far would you go to have one wish granted? Would you steal, cheat, or play a game of tag with a demon? This Japanese ritual is called daruma-san, or as I like to call it, how to traumatize yourself while naked. Play, win, and get any wish granted. Here's how. Take a bath at night in the dark. Wash your hair facing the faucet, and chant to yourself Daruma-san fell down. But don't open your eyes, because that is when she appears. A ghostly woman who supposedly slipped and gouged out her eye in the tub. And she kindly replaced the scene in front of you. How thoughtful. Ask out loud, why did you fall? No answer will come. Then slowly stand up. Don't drain the water. Don't turn on the lights. And don't open your eyes. Go to bed. And in the morning, the fun begins. When summoned, she will follow you everywhere. Like an STI. To end the game, you must spot her over your right shoulder and shout "Kita" while doing a slashing motion through the air before she can grab you. And congratulations, you win. But should you mess up, she'll never stop hunting you. So the next time you're soaking in the tub, remember, sleep tight, let the darkness bite. Imagine you are walking home at night and you see an old man who looks lost. You lean in to help, only to realize his face has no eyes. Don't worry, they're on his hands. Convenient, right? Tonight we meet Tenome, or eyes on hands. Once a blind elder, beaten and left to die, his final wish was to see his attackers, and the gods listened. In the cruelest way, he returned as a yokai, eyes etched into his palms, ravenous and hunting for humans at night. Decades later, a boy was pressured by his terrible friends to test his courage in a Kyoto graveyard at night. This is why you need better friends. The poor boy ran into Tenome. Courage failed, panicked, and he begged a temple priest to hide him in a chest. Then came the footsteps, the sniffing, and the slurping. Frankly, Tenome has disgusting table manners. Hours later, the priest opened the chest, only to find a hollow husk of skin. No bones, just a finished meal. The lesson, choose your friends wisely and only help those with eyes. What if you could have the answer to any question in the universe? What is the meaning of life? What happens after we die? Or who keeps eating my food at work? Well, in Japan, you can. All you need is a payphone, some change, and your soul. Tonight we meet Satoru-kun, the all-knowing demon. To summon him, you'll need 4 things: coins, a payphone, a cell phone, and your question. Then you step into the phone booth and say, Satoru-kun, Satoru-kun, please come. Satoru-kun, if you're there, please reply. Sounds like the kind of voicemail you'd leave an emotionally unavailable ex. Then end the call, turn off your phone, and wait. And unlike today's youth, Satoru-kun is a great communicator. He'll call you within 24 hours, and he won't stop there. Each time he'll tell you where he is, as he gets closer and closer, until the final call.
I'm right behind you.
You have one question. Ask it fast and don't look back. Fail to do so, well, he drags you straight to hell. Woo! So tell me, darlings, what is one thing you'd risk summoning him to know? Personally, I'd like to know why every yokai insists on playing ridiculous games. Tonight, an urban legend rooted more in fact than fiction. The coin locker babies. Long ago, a teenage girl fell madly in love with an older man. He promised her the world until she got pregnant. When she told him, he was incensed. He abandoned her and vanished. Alone and terrified of her parents and the judgment of society, she hid her pregnancy. Months later, she gave birth in secret, a healthy baby boy. She carried him to the quiet train station, opened a coin locker, and whispered, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry," before closing the door on him and her past. Years later, guilt buried but never gone, she found love again. On a trip, she passed the same station. She saw a little boy crying by the coin lockers. She tried to help him, but he wouldn't stop crying. "Are you lost?" she asked. "Where's your mother?" He stopped, looked up into her eyes, and said,
It's you.
They say years later that the police found the bones of a woman and a child in the very same locker. You ever visit a station at night when the bustle fades? Listen closely. You might hear the faint cries of the innocent souls left behind. Picture this. You are lying in bed, endlessly scrolling on your phone after a long, miserable day, just trying to turn your brain off. Then, a pop-up appears. You click it away. It comes back again and again. Finally, you stop and read the words. Do you like the Red Room? Tonight's horror is the Red Room, a demonic pop-up that no ad blocker can stop. They say it appears only at night. Some claim you have to search for it, though I question the brain cells of anyone that would. Others say it hunts those that are glued to their screens. So, most of the world is doomed. No matter how it finds you, once you see it, you are cursed. You can't close it, can't turn off your device. Even smashing it won't help. Stare at it too long. The message morphs into a crimson web page, covered in names, the names of its last victims. And then yours appears. By morning you are found dead, your walls painted red with your own blood, completing the collection. Lesson: maybe touch some grass. What would you do if the person riding next to you suddenly disappeared? Tonight's tale can be called the ride of your life. Picture this. It is midnight in Tokyo and the streets are empty. Raindrops tap against your windshield. You are a taxi driver heading home when a woman in white appears by the roadside. You stop. She's pale, soaked to the bone, and in a soft voice she says, "Take me to Ayama Cemetery." You nod and start the meter. She sits silently behind you, but halfway through the ride, You glance in the rearview mirror. She's gone, like your last lover. And the backseat, wetter than a gold digger at a CEO convention. You freeze, heart pounding. Then your radio crackles. A voice whispers, "Thank you for the ride." Some passengers just never pay their fare because they already paid the price long ago. There is a dark secret haunting Japan's schools. If you're brave enough, you'll find it in the girls' bathroom. 3rd floor, 3rd stall. Tonight, we are venturing into the most mundane of places, the girls' bathroom, to meet our next guest, Hanako-san. She's a spirit that lurks in the stalls. Don't worry, she's not a degenerate, just a little girl. Or is she? No one knows how she joined Japan's pantheon of bathroom ghosts. Some say she was a World War II casualty, others a bullied girl who took her own life. Either way, her story always ends the same, in the 3rd stall. To summon her, go into the girls' bathroom on the 3rd floor. Knock 3 times. Ask, "Hanako-san, are you there?" And a faint voice will whisper, "Yes, I am." From then on, you are at her mercy. She might play a game of hide and seek, or drag you to hell through the toilet. You know, it's not the hell part that bothers me. It's the toilet part. I'm sitting to stare out. Have you ever been asked an uncomfortable question? Like, do I look fat in this? Why are you still single? Or, who shot first? Well, in Japan, the wrong answer could kill you. Tonight's guest looks matches her personality, the slit-mouthed woman, Kuchisake Onna. Once, she was said to be a beautiful woman, but beauty fades, especially when your jealous husband decides to redesign your smile. Now, she walks the streets at night wearing a surgical mask. How 2020s of her, asking, "Watashi wa utsukushi desu ka? Am I beautiful?" If you say no, she kills you on the spot. If you say yes, she removes the mask and shows you her slit mouth. Then she asks again, "Ima demo?" Even now. Say no this time and she'll slice you to match. Say yes and she'll carve you a matching smile. She's just trying to put you on trend. Some say you can confuse her by asking a question of your own or by throwing candy. Apparently she's got a sweet tooth. So if a masked woman ever stops you at night, just remember, compliments can kill. Finally, a game for the lonely and stupid. Tonight's tale is the one-man hide and seek. But don't worry, you won't be playing alone. The rules: it must be played at 3 a.m. in an empty house. All you need is a doll, some rice, a needle, red thread, salt water, and a total lack of self-preservation. First, cut the doll and fill it with rice and your fingernail clippings so it's shut. Give it a name and over a filled bathtub announce you are it. The bathroom again. Drop it in, stab it with a knife or scissors, turn off the light and hide. Don't forget to keep a mouthful of salt water, babes. At this point, the doll's supposed to come to life and find you. If you hear strange sounds, that's your new roommate, sweetheart. To end the game, find the doll and spit salt water on it and say "I win" 3 times. If you forget, congratulations, you've just rebranded yourself as a haunted Airbnb. Lesson of the night, maybe just get a pet. Did you know that for every bathroom in Japan, there's a yokai? Unfortunately, we're back in the bathroom again. But this time, a degenerate lurks in the stalls, Akamanto, the red or blue paper ghost. Ooh. Unlike most spirits, you don't summon him, he finds you. Like a true stalker. They say if you're unlucky enough to hear a deep, silky voice ask,
Hey, yo girl, you want some red blue paper?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. Do you want
red paper or blue paper?
Your answer decides how you die. Choose red, and you are slashed until you're painted crimson. Choose blue. You are strangled until you turn blue and die. Say nothing. Well, he then drags you to hell through the toilet. Seriously? Again? What the f? And before you get clever, no, you can't choose another color. This isn't a paint sample quiz. It's your funeral. Honestly, at this point, I'm convinced the scariest thing in Japan isn't its natural disasters or its yokai. It's its public bathrooms. So the next time nature calls in the land of the rising sun, my advice, hold it. Knight's Tale comes from the rails, and if superstition is true, I should probably stop before I curse myself. Hey! But oh well. They call her the Teke, named after the sound she makes as she drags her upper body across the ground. Tick, tick, tick. Her story, a tragic one. A teenage girl who fell onto the train tracks and was cut clean in two. They say she lived 3 days in the freezing cold, dragging herself for help. But man's heart was colder. The station staff covered her with a sheet and left her to die. Now she haunts empty stations and lonely school routes, still searching for her legs or someone else's. If you see her, don't bother screaming, she's fast. And when she catches you, she'll slice you in half and make you just like her. But sometimes she'll speak, she'll ask,
Do you need your legs?
You must answer, I need them right now. Then she'll whisper,
Who told you my story?
You must reply, Kashima Reiko. Get it right, she might spare you. Get it wrong, well, you won't be standing long enough to regret it. But hey, maybe it's just a ghost story, or maybe she's listening right now. Picture this. You are walking to class on a cool autumn day. You pause to check your bag, glance down at the street drain, and from the darkness, 2 eyes stare back. We've met ghosts, curses, and spirits, but tonight's monster isn't a legend. He is flesh, blood, and filth. Meet Hirai Yasuomi, a man so degenerate he literally lives in the gutter. In Kobe, Japan, women feared him for years. Why? Because for a little over a decade, this creep crawled through storm drains just to peek up skirts of mostly schoolgirls. His dream was to be a road, countless of victims later, and 3 arrests. So, darlings, can you guess what happened to him next?
Was it A, compensation for his victims, B, jail time, or C, nothing because Japan's justice system has the spine of a wet mop?
If you guessed C, congratulations! The sewer rat still walks free, remorseless. Icing on the cake, his mother blames the victims. Sometimes the scariest things aren't ghosts, they're people, and the systems that protect them. Sleep tight, my dark darlings. Watch where you step, and let the darkness